Well, hello there, soulmates. It's good to be back with everyone. I hope that you're doing well today. And, well, looks like finally happened. Excuse me, my microphone was off kilter there. Hello there, everyone. Let's try that again. Hello there, everyone. My name's Soulkeeper, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about Maximum Series Spider-Man now that he's finally up for pre-order. He's available at, I think it's like fan channel stuff. I seem to remember them saying that. He's available on Amazon. He's available on Hasbro Pulse. He's available on GameStop and Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth and all those lovely places, right? So, I guess we're kind of at a spot here now. We finally know the price tag for Maximum Series Spider-Man. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and create a poll right now, guys. Let's ask this question. Is Maximum Series Spider-Man worth 50 smackaroos? Answer yes or no. That's all we need. We've been talking for a while. Everyone's been talking for a while about how much this bad boy is going to cost. I said it was going to be like $75. I'm kind of glad that I turned out to be wrong about this one. But I didn't think it was outside of the realm of possibility. Now I know somewhere in Hasbro's twisted thinking, they have it in their heads that this is in fact a deal. This is a right steal what they're giving it to us for. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Here, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the images that go along with Maximum Series Spider-Man. Oh, by the way, this Peter Parker head is the goofiest thing I've ever seen. I can't believe like this is like supposed to be the pinnacle of Spider-Man action figures, and that's the Peter Parker head that he comes with. That's really something. That's a choice, baby. Like of all the Peter Parker heads they could have thrown in there, hot damn. Hello there, Tori. How's it going? So they're showing off like all these fancy pictures. Admittedly, he does look good. Does he look $50 good? I don't know about that. Should be maximum $40. I'm on board with you there. Like any more than $40 for this is a total ripoff. This is so egregious. How you doing, Tori? I'm alright. Just kind of gobsmacked at this new series and just, I don't know, it's just typical Hasbro business at this point, trying to get as much money out of you as they can. Like, Pizza Spidey came out back in like 2015. That thing was $20. It came with a bunch of accessories. And then Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man came out a couple of years ago. That had like 11 accessories. That was about $27. So, looking at this with 19 accessories, actually 18, because the stand is not an accessory as much as they want to think it is. That little stand over here that goes with this web blast piece, that's not an accessory. Come on. No one's going to count that as an accessory. That's just like basic things that they include with like Street Fighter action figures, all that. They can release Street Fighter action figures, enormous, big, bulky, detailed action figures for like $30. They release those Street Fighter action figures for less than this. And we're supposed to believe that this is going to be magically worth $50? They're on something. They're high. They're sitting pretty. They're getting cocky again, like they did for a while, and they thought they could do anything and people would just buy it. Scared for the rumor Hulk will cost $70. It's not worth $70. Hulk should be standard price. Hulk, the day they started charging deluxe prices for Hulk was the day that I kind of lost faith in Hasbro's work on Marvel Legends. Because the Hulk is a basic character. The Hulk is not a deluxe action figure. The Hulk is like the standard for what the largest action figure in a Marvel Legends line should be. He's such an essential character. But they found a way to wring another buck out of him. What a mess. $50 for this. I know what they're doing here. They're trying to justify it and say, well, there's going to be all kinds of tariffs and stuff. You're not going to be able to get your imports as easily now. And yeah, maybe so, but that doesn't make it better. Just means we know what we got and we know we're getting ripped off. Oh sure, it's got this new fancy box here. Shouldn't this be the gold standard for a Marvel Legend now? Like they're acting like it's some kind of highfalutin big idea that they have over here. Some high quality piece of merchandise. Shouldn't this be the standard bearer for what a Marvel Legends is if it's so good? Like, is $50 the new normal for a Marvel Legend action figure? Because $50 is like the new normal. I'm out. Might as well give up toy collecting at that point. $50 for an action figure, I mean, it's prohibitively expensive for what these are. It's one thing if you're collecting imports and you know what you're getting into, but like $50 for these things, no, I'm good. Oh, here's some more side views of it. Oh, and this is what the back of the box looks like. Well, that's kind of cool, actually. They are getting some nice poses out of Spider-Man here. Yeah, it's the new norm. It should be the new normal. This should be just like, you know what this should be? This should be just a complete revamp of Marvel Legends. Like they're casting off the shackles of what the Marvel Legends line originally was, realizing that we can make this line better. We can make this line a better quality experience for everyone who wants to buy it. Instead of like doing Build-A-Figures and stuff like that, they realize, you know what, we're gonna focus on quality now. Cast it off. Okay, and we're gonna start fresh, and we're gonna make some banger action figures. But instead, they want to go ahead and keep making their Build-A-Figure lines. The Build-A-Figure lines suck. They've sucked for a while. Why don't they make sculpted web on the suit? Because it's cheaper to just paint the lines on, and also they can reuse the body at another point. If they sculpt the lines on, they can't reuse it, so it's a lot less attractive. Without sculpted web on the suit, it's definitely not Maxim. I agree with you. Toy Biz did it. It's not that big of an ask in my mind. Toy Biz did it. Toy Biz did it lots of times. They did it time and time again. It wasn't no big deal to Toy Biz. They got it done. But oh no, you're gonna see you're gonna see all these meat writers come around here saying, you know, talking smack about Toy Biz, saying, oh, their action figures were all unproportional, and they looked fine for the day they were produced in. They put a lot of work into them. Like you were getting a lot of bang for your buck. We haven't gotten bang for our buck since 2007 from this friggin' company. Has there ever been a Marvel Legend we've gotten a good deal on from Hasbro? I feel like I'm saying a lot when I say that we haven't gotten bang for our buck since 2007, but I feel like I think about it real hard and I say to myself, yeah, that seems accurate. Seems like ever since they got the license, we've been getting ripped off. And I guess we got ourselves a new torchbearer here for a sucker is born every minute. Although, I noticed that pre-orders for this were all sold out. Like I say, a fool and his money are soon parted. The Black Widow Deluxe from a couple of years ago, maybe? Alright. That one's alright. Yeah. I might be going a little bit hard here. I may be introducing a little bit of hyperbole, but you guys know what I'm saying here, right? Price is outrageous. Soon a figure might come close to a statue price. I mean, prices like this are going to make people stop collecting action figures. The hobby is already dying. The hobby is on life support right now, and charging $50 for what should be the gold standard for a Marvel Legend is not helping. No one's going to get into the hobby based on that. No parent is going to look at a $50 action figure and say, oh yeah, we should get that for little Timmy for his birthday or for Christmas. They're going to see $50 and go, ooh, and then they're probably going to spend $50 on like a video game or something. Because video games, that's, you know, at that point you got to start, you know, considering your options for what you can get for $50. If it's like $20, $25, you can justify it a little bit easier because it's like half the price of what X video game would be. Or, you know, whatever other piece of merchandise that a kid would like anymore. Action figures, they're such a commodity anymore that, I don't know, man. I'm looking at this and wondering if I'm even gonna bother with it. Like, I've been reviewing action figures. I reviewed Venom recently, I reviewed some Wolverine, I reviewed Deadpool. At $50, I gotta wonder if I should even bother. Like, it's so prohibitively expensive for what it is. It's hard to justify it. $50 for a Marvel Legend. for a basic Marvel Legend. I knew years ago when they started, you know, gradually jacking up the price on these Marvel Legends. They introduced like Doctor Strange a little while ago as a Walmart Collector Con or something exclusive, right? And I saw that, and they had an increased price tag on that, and I said to myself, this is BS. How much do we think it will be? There's no thinking about it. It's $50. That's what it is. It's $50. Hey, Dean, how's it going? You're only able to justify buying this figure because of the new body. Well, I hope you enjoy him, Covert Yankee. You mostly collect Transformers, and Transformers fans have been hosted by Hasbro for years. That's pretty funny considering it's their own IP, right? Like, they're hosing their own IP. Big brain work. They're really trying to build their fan base, aren't they? I guess if I sound kind of mad, it's because I am. Because, like, I just feel like... Marvel Legends are just such a bad bet anymore. You want to get excited about something, and then they just pull the rug out from under you with stupid prices. Stupid bullshit, that's why. The web on the stand looks interesting. Yeah, it looks like Spidey had himself a little too fun with Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy. Looks like he slapped the spider ham around. Did I review any minifigures? I reviewed the Retro 3.75 stuff when it was still around. I also reviewed some superpower stuff from time to time. Pavarotti. But they discontinued the Retro 3 3/4 line, unfortunately, so I haven't talked about a lot of mini stuff since then. I wish they would bring back the Marvel Universe stuff. Those figures were cool. That's pretty good, Covert Yankee. Spider-Man spanked Peter Porker. Web shooter went off. That's good, Dean. Alright, how many of you guys out there are getting this one? I know that Covert Yankee out there, you got it. Anyone else getting this? Anyone else want to drop $50 on this? Anyone else, like, gone through the mental gymnastics and finally justified spending that kind of money on this fucking thing? Like, I'm at the point where I'm just noping out. I'm supposed to, like, review toys and talk about them, but, like, I can't look at this and say, oh yeah, we should get this. I mean, come on, man, it's so expensive that after I do my thing in it, I don't think I'd be in the green after, like, dealing with it. Like, toy reviews don't get that many views. Damn. Tori says, I'd rather get the CT Toys Classic Spidey than this. Rumslug, I'm torn because I rarely get figures anymore. This is my favorite design of Spidey and being a big fan of Marvel vs. Capcom. Looks great, but for $35, not $50. So, what price does everyone think it should be? I'm hearing a lot of $35. I can get on board with $35. I could even get on board with $40. $50 is just... It's not double the price of a Marvel Legend. Like, look... One Honor says, heck to the no. Let's look at it again. Let's look at everything it comes with, guys. A Marvel Legend, a standard Marvel Legend, is $25, and a lot of them come with... A lot of times they'll come with almost as many accessories as we're seeing here. They're trying to tell us that this is double the Marvel Legend. This is double the Marvel Legend experience. 40 max, $30.99 max. Alright, seeing a lot of 35, seeing a lot of 40, guys. If you're a huge McFarlane Spider-Man fan, this is your Spider-Man if it makes sense. Over at Yankee, it's fine. If you want to buy it, I mean, I'm not gonna drag you over the coals or anything. Your money at the end of the day. You feel happy? That's good. You should feel happy with your purchases. It's like the #1 rule of toy buying. Do you feel happy? Do you feel good? The mission accomplished. Me personally, I don't think I would feel good buying this. I think I would feel ripped off, and that's kind of where I draw the line. How much is it? It's $50, Aiden. Everyone is wondering. Maximum Series Spider-Man is $50. Confirmed, it's up on the websites, $50. Wolverine is $25 the other day. The accessories are not worth another $25. That's what I'm saying. These accessories are cool, but at most they're like another $10 worth of accessories, because it's not that much. It's just little pieces of plastic that you're probably going to lose anyway. A bunch of hands. Cool. The web shooters are really nice, but like all the thwips and the crawlers and the grippies and everything, we've seen a lot of that before. That's nothing new to us. Oh, we got a Peter Parker head that's half-assed. Cool. This Peter Parker head. Guys, look at this friggin' Peter Parker head. This Peter Parker head looks like he's strung out on like heroin or some shit. Look at this. What's this goofy shit? Come on. That's Peter Parker? Looks like he smelled his own farts. Looks like he stole Mary Jane's undies or something and sold them at the pawn shop. I don't know. Looks like he's... God damn it. I'm not saying this is a Spider-Man figure. Okay. You only own Secret Wars Black Suit Spider-Man. Well, like I say, if you feel good, Covert Yankee, that's the end game. Yeah, that's it, One Honor. He looks like a guy cosplaying as Spider-Man. It doesn't look like Peter Parker. We've had probably half a dozen Peter Parker heads that look way better than this. People who are trying to act like this is the ultimate Peter Parker head, they're delusional. Christ on crackers. I'm not even saying this action figure isn't cool. There's some cool stuff going on here, obviously. Like I said, the web shooter forearms are cool. The web shields are cool. The strands, I mean, strands are friggin' whatever. You see those with every Spider-Man action figure anymore. Not like that's gonna magically raise the price to $50. Dory Black says the Amazing Fantasy 15 body figures like the Secret Wars Spidey are great and they're only $25. Yeah. They came out with that action figure again. I think they re-released the Amazing Fantasy one in the retro card line, and that was like $25, right? If I remember. It might have been a little bit more, but it wasn't like double the price of a regular Marvel Legend. At the very least. And then the black costume Spider-Man, $25. This is supposed to be double the price. Because, oh, we got a new body sculpt. Okay, whatever. So you made a new body sculpt. Big fucking deal. What, do they want a pat on the back and a cookie for doing their job? Yeah, I agree with that, Covert Yankee. I think the worst thing about the actual merchandise here is the Peter Parker head. Everything else is good. I'm not even saying the package is bad. The price is shit, though. $50. They can go to hell with that price. Give us a discount. Put a 25% discount on it, and then I'll consider it. Ugh. Yes, and that cookie better have chocolate chips. Marvel Legends team. I have never seen a team that bloviates so much and jerks themselves off so much to give themselves a pat on the back for doing their friggin' job. Their job is literally making toys. And they act like it's God's gift to us that they did it. Like, you don't see other teams like Jada Toys or McFarlane Toys giving themselves a massive pat on the backs all the friggin' time for successfully managing to make an action figure. They just sell it. Because it's their job to make action figures. They don't have to make a big deal out of it. Because the action figure will sell itself if it's good. Like, the Street Fighter action figures, they sell themselves because they're awesome. They don't need people to bloviate about it and talk about it and prop it up. NECA, say what you will about them. I've got some opinions about, like, some of their recent practices, but they don't bloviate about their merchandise. They sell their stuff, they put it out there, and people buy it because they like it, and generally it's pretty good. Not the Marvel Legends team. The Marvel Legends team's like just they suck themselves off all the time when they talk about their toys. It's crazy. Language right now is a little bit more graphic than I usually talk about. Hasbro will sell this body 100 more times. Exactly, Covert. That's why there was someone who asked why there's no sculpted web lines, because they're going to sell this 100 more times and make many more doubloons off of it. They're gonna find any excuse they can to repaint this and slap it on another body. Don't be shocked if they go ahead and release Maximum Series Daredevil and has the exact same body as Spider-Man, because they seem to think that Spider-Man and Daredevil are the same size over at Hasbro. Hey Georgie, how's it going? Georgie, I'm complaining until I'm blue in the face about an action figure. Take that how you will, Georgie. Doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense? I know it doesn't make sense that Spider-Man and Daredevil will share the same body, but hell, they did it for Renew Your Vows. Didn't stop them then. Why would stop them now? Like, Daredevil's like half a head taller than Spidey. What's happening? Someone rebranding something and saying it's the same shit? No, what they're doing, Georgie, is they're releasing this for $50. They think Hasbro, who makes Marvel Legends, seems to think that this Spider-Man action figure with all of its accessories is worth $50. Mind you, hello GJ Animations. Mind you, Georgie, a regular Marvel Legends action figure is $25. As a matter of fact, that's resale. That's what it is at stores, Georgie. It's $50. $50. I'm not kidding. Here, for a reference, guys, let's pull out Secret Wars Spider-Man so we can check out. Here, Marvel Legends. This is the most recent Spider-Man action figure that I can think of right now. Feel free to correct me on that, but anyway. Okay, I think there's one on Hasbro Pulse we can look at. Okay, this is good. Alright, I pulled it up. Okay, so here is Secret Wars Spider-Man, guys. Now, I might have to zoom in a little bit on this. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Here, let me zoom out. There, as you can see, 25 smackaroos for what we get for this action figure. You're just going to get the Mafex Spider-Man. I mean, at this point, you might want to consider your options. Like, if you think the Mafex is going to be measurably better, go ahead and get it. And this is also what you got for $25 with this Spider-Man. The Spider-Man is based off the Amazing Fantasy body, comes with 2 sets of hands, a head, and like the shield here. So if we're counting accessories like they're doing with the other Spider-Man package, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accessories with this, as opposed to the 19 that we see here. But like I say, double the price? I don't know about that. Maybe $35. Yeah. Georgie, would you pay $50 for this? Georgie, what do you think this is worth? Let's not scratch the first question. What do you think this is worth? Rather save up and get the Mondo ones. I just, if this is how it's gonna be, I think I'd rather just give up action figures. Like, if this is how it's gonna be, I think I'd just rather call it good. Because if they can't do better than this, if this is what their price tag is gonna be, if this is what they think is acceptable, then why bother anymore? Action figures have gotten so expensive. They have gotten expensive, Georgie. They're anywhere from $19.99 all the way up to maybe even $30 for like regular action figures. Sometimes even more, depending on who's making them. It depends how upscale it is, how well detailed it is, who's making it, etc., etc. A lot of things go into it, but generally the base price point for action figures these days is around $20. Yeah. Ballpark. McFarlane Toys makes DC Multiverse for about $19.99 to $23 these days. Sometimes more, depending on the package, depending on what line it is. With all the stuff it comes with, you pay 20. All right, Georgie says with all the stuff that it comes with, Georgie would pay $22. Just for a little reference point, guys. I don't think Georgie, I don't think you collect action figures, do you? So Georgie is walking in here. Georgie's like the guy, the man off the street, right? Walking in and looking at this on store shelves. Looks at this and says to himself, I think this is worth about $22. Sees the price tag for $50, walks away. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. Average Joe is gonna come in, look at this, and say, fuck that, and walk away. What is this doing to help the Marvel Legends brand? It's not doing itself any favors with people who maybe would like to collect action figures. Thank you, Georgie. That was actually very enlightening. I'm not even kidding. Food for thought, guys. Think about that. How many people do you think are going to pick up action figure collecting after they see Maximum Series Spider-Man at $50? Answer, 0. Limboy wants to start collecting, so you would pay $30 to $48. Okay. So this is like a little over your range there, but not too far outside of it. I guess it just depends how desperate you are to start collecting. Most people probably aren't super desperate. Most people are probably very, very casual about the way they collect stuff. I really want that McFarlane start make Marvel action figures. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Hasbro is just, they've got too much skin in the game. And they might... The only thing that would ever affect that would be if Hasbro just implodes on itself and, like, profits just plummet. If they make no money making them, then sure, McFarlane could stand a chance of getting it. I mean, they got DC, right? And whoever thought that Mattel was going to lose DC? But if Hasbro completely drops the ball, then McFarlane stands a chance of getting them. That would be kind of insane. I would rather another company get it. I would rather Jada Toys get it, because I think Jada Toys would make fantastic Marvel action figures. They've done so well with Street Fighter that I know they wouldn't half-ass it, and they would ask reasonable prices with high-quality merchandise. I know they would. I've seen their work. It's exquisite. Those Street Fighter action figures, Mega Man action figures, are proof of what they can do with a license. For not a lot of money, considering. And they're putting out articulation. Jada Toys is putting out articulation, sculpt, better than or equal to or better than what Hasbro's putting out at more reasonable prices. But if McFarlane picks up the license, I guess I wouldn't be that mad about it. Let's see what they can do. Hasbro's had 20 years. They've had 20 years. They've had 20 years to work with it. And here we are, $50 Spider-Mans. Hell yeah, brother. Any parent seeing this would be like, nah, my kid can get something cheaper. Exactly. So, we're not getting more kids into it. Getting young blood into action figures helps keep the line alive. You're not bringing in the casual collectors. You're not bringing in the kids. Who are you bringing in? No way, people are actually quitting because of this. Well, kinda, and I just want to start. Yeah, people are just kind of getting out of the game. I've come across a lot of people who say, I've collected what I want, prices are getting out of hand, I'm out. And here's the thing, like, action figures are not non-essential items. Or, excuse me, action figures aren't essential items. Like, this is something you buy with disposable income. It's a hobby thing, right? But at the point that, you start asking these crazy prices, people are going to start asking themselves, well, which is more important to me? Getting this game? Yeah, it's a luxury item. That's the right term for it. Thank you, Tori. It's a luxury item. People spend their disposable income on these. Nothing wrong with that, Lim. Nothing wrong with that, Lim, but, for every one of you, there's like 10 people who are just bailing. And I've heard that Hasbro is going to start having their action figures manufactured by other people now. I hear they're going to outsource their manufacture to, like, Playmates or something. How's that going to go? Is anyone going to buy Marvel Legends made by Playmates? Or whatever company they decide to outsource their production to? It's like Fender guitars having their standard series of guitars made in Indonesia. No one wants a Fender guitar made in Indonesia. That's a Squier, and everybody knows it is. But they're charging $200 more for an Indonesian guitar that has a Fender logo on it. That's Squier quality. The same thing is going to apply to a Hasbro action figure outsourcing their production to another company. Deeply unserious. Christ. Alright. How many votes we got now? We got 26 votes, guys. 73% of people say that hell no, this is not worth the price. Alright, Dean says, are the TMNT Playmates figures any good? Look okay, but nothing on the NECA ones. Playmates does okay with the Ninja Turtles license. They actually do quite a bit with it. They make lots and lots of toys for TMNT. I don't really have anything bad to say necessarily about Playmates, but I don't know. It's hard to justify getting more Marvel Legends when I know Hasbro isn't going to be making them. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I'm just frustrated right now. I'm looking at the $50 price tag on this and just venting a little bit. A lot of people are excited out there. I know it's a lot of pre-orders are sold out, but I can't help but be disappointed. Oh well. I'm sure we'll have lots of meat writers and comments talking up why it's worth the price tag. Jada should get the license. Yeah. At this point, I'll settle for anyone. I'll settle for anyone getting another run with the license. For the love of God, give it to somebody else, and maybe they'll have better ideas about what to do with Marvel. I know these other companies, if they had the opportunity, they would be chomping at the bit. They would be hungry. They would want to do something really crazy with the license. And I bet you we would get some of the best action figures we ever got if another company got this license from Hasbro. Who knows what they would do? Maybe, would they introduce comic books back into the packaging? Would they... I don't know. Would they introduce completely new... Just what would they do? Would they just do like a classic line of characters? Would they introduce new characters? What would they do? I don't know what they would do. Would they introduce a new scale or something? Yeah, Diamond Select does a good job with what they're given. I wouldn't even be mad if they just gave the license to Diamond Select and let them run with it. Then maybe they could maybe they could go a little bit wilder with their articulation, right? They've been making good action figures for just as long as Hasbro has, even longer. They've been making action figures with the Marvel brand longer than Hasbro has. And they've been doing good work considering their limitations. Diamond Select, they have not been half-assing it. I still remember that Apocalypse action figure, guys, that I reviewed a little while ago. That was an outstanding action figure. It had its limitations, obviously, but what they did with it was incredible. So good. I wish that Diamond Select was able to shake off the training wheels and do more with the license than they had been able to, right? But they have to. They have to limit their articulation and blah, and their choice of characters and stuff because Hasbro says, oh, you can't do this. Well, maybe if they made a good action figure, they wouldn't have to worry about it. In the near future, we'll all be paying for 3D models anyway with new 3D printers that print plastic product. It's a time question. Oh, God. That sounds like a really dystopian future. Even when they fail, at least it's the fun. Yeah, like, sometimes they drop the ball, but yeah, at least you can have some laughs about it. At least it's just a one-off, right? At least if they bungle it, they can always come back and do it again. Oh, their Miles Morales action figure sucked. Yeah, maybe a little bit, but they can come back and try again some other time. Even Reed Richards wasn't that bad. Like, Reed Richards kind of had that Cup vibe about him, right? But it didn't look bad. It was still okay, I thought. I think their concept was that they were trying to make it look like Reed was wrapping himself around an enemy or something. You know what I mean? That's why they did the cup thing. So I get what they were doing. It just looked silly. The end product just looked a little silly. Ah, well. Well, I feel better now that I vented, guys. I feel like I blew off a little steam. Guess I shouldn't get so riled up over an action figure, but I can't help it. You know, you talk about action figures every day, you start to feel a little bit passionate about it. Georgie says, I am an average Joe for action figures, so $22 isn't crazy for me. You bought your nephew toys for Christmas, each one was $20 plus, which is crazy to you. Yeah. I've been saying all along that these action figures should be like 20 bucks a piece. More than $20 is insane for toys. Like, it's articulated plastic. It's cool, but they gotta... Georgie, the hobby feels... It's okay, your boss. I get it. The hobby is unsustainable at this price point. At these price points, not enough people are being brought in. And that's the thing. That's why they used to advertise to kids back in the day. They used to advertise toys to children on commercials. And ever since they started shifting toward adult collectibles, like, it's been a downward spiral. Because the fan base has been increasing in age, while younger people are, you know, there's not as many of them coming in as there used to be. It used to be kids would get all riled up and buy all kinds of toys and stuff because the commercials were aimed at them. Toys were made specifically to be fun for kids, but also adults were able to enjoy them because, you know, they were still cool. They had action features, they had articulation, there was a lot of playability about them for kids and adults. Now it's just all about the adults, and the kids are being left out in the cold, so the kids are moving on to other things. Think about how much they spend for the plastic and sculpts. Who gives a shit? That's part of the job. It always has been. Yeah. Like, if they don't want to do their job, get out of the action figure business, I guess. Hey, Chewy Moo, how's it going? They're targeting adults, but they're still basic kid toys. At the end of the day, yeah, it's the same concept it's always been. It's a doll. It's a doll. And a doll was always guided at entertaining children. But, you know, as adults, we've had a fascination with these articulated pieces of plastic, these dolls. And for good reason. They're representations of human anatomy. They're representations of characters and creatures that we've read about, that we've imagined in our minds. Of course we're fascinated by them, and we probably will never stop being fascinated. Did I see it sold out on Amazon? Yes. As I say, it's a sucker born every minute. Fool and their money are soon parted. It's a cool looking action figure, but few too many people are all too willing to part with $50. I'm glad they have the disposable income to just throw around like that. Amazon will deliver those $50 action figures in mangled boxes. God. You know, I'm fortunate that when I buy from Amazon, they don't, like, mangle my boxes, but I know that's not the same for everybody everywhere. I've heard some pretty bad horror stories, Yankee. I hope, whatever, well, if you can't buy action figures, you've had some pretty bad experiences. Sorry about that. Dean says, make puzzles and complain about how expensive cardboard is. Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you want to make a puzzle but complain about how cardboard is, get the fuck out of the business. Oh, it's so expensive. Cardboard is so expensive now. Then fuck off. Let other people do it. Let the people who aren't going to complain about the price of doing their job do their job. The price of plastic is more expensive. Oh, what a crying shame. Oh, no. Your resources for your job are more expensive. Well, welcome to the club, buddy. It's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all bullshit people made up to justify higher price tags. Obviously, the argument of new molding equals higher price is dumb, but, like, what about it? Literally, it's part of the job, like I say. Molding a new action figure, getting plastic, it's all part of the job. Like, new molds were par for the course for years and years and years. Getting a new mold, reusing action figures too is par for the course, but making a new mold, that's nothing new. Who cares? That's not a reason to justify a higher price tag. It will be used. It will be used 1,000 times. It's a generic action figure. It doesn't have like any lines sculpted on or anything. Georgie says, I understand for the enthusiast to collect. Why the fuck would a customer justify higher prices? Meat writing, Chewy. I don't know. What is the rationale for meat writing? I have no idea. It's all recycled plastic. Probably, yeah. That I don't know about, Georgie, but it probably. Alright, making an action figure like this maybe costs like... Generally, you charge about 10 times what it costs to produce. In Hasbro case, their markup is kind of fucking crazy. It probably costs about $2 to manufacture this action figure. Maybe. Georgie. Now, obviously, they have to put a bunch of money into, like, all that and everything, but, you know, it's Spider-Man. It's the most popular superhero in the world. Like, at face value. Most of these molds get smelted down and reused to make other molds. Something like that, yeah. Where? I think they still have a lot of their molds intact over at Hasbro. I mean, they've been using Bucky Cap for years, so obviously that mold's still around. Jesus Christ, I'm surprised that thing hasn't crumbled to pieces by now. Dean says they will lower the prices, but the next 2 years is nothing but Bucky Cap body. Oh, God. Are they still making Bucky Cap action figures? I haven't seen one in a while. Then again, I wasn't paying attention for a good long while. Alright. Sorry guys, I'm just like looking up and down here trying to get a sense of the comments. Oh. Friggin' spider. Maximum Series Spider-Man. Jesus Christ. Oh, here he is in all of his glory, guys. 50 smackaroos. 50 smackaroos for this goddamn thing. Well, I think a little bit of the excitement I had for this action figure has been let loose of my sails. I'm not surprised it's $50, but I was just hoping that I was gonna be full of crap and that it was gonna be like a little bit lower, around 35 to 40. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not 75. I thought it was gonna be 75. I thought they were just gonna go all the way with it. Hulk probably will be 75. Ah. Alright. I think I've vented enough for today, guys. I'm glad you guys... Crackhead Peter is what they're putting their most expensive Spider-Man action figure. Ah, yes! This. $50 action figure, $50 Spider-Man. This is the Peter Parker head, guys. This is supposed to be the greatest of all the Peter Parker heads right here. The most expensive Spider-Man action figure now has Crackhead Peter as that's the mascot. This is a meme-worthy head right here. This is a head that I would create an emote out of. Hey, Mahoy Manoy, how's it going? Yeah, look at this. This is the Peter Parker head. That's the Peter Parker head they include with Spider-Man. Jesus Christ, the one they included with Renew Your Vows was better. There's some... Yeah, if it was... $50. If it had sculpted web lines, if it had a better Peter Parker head, if I felt like I was getting double, if you're gonna charge $50, you gotta feel like you're getting double the action figure. Just answer me this, guys. Do you feel like you're getting double the action figure? Do you feel like you're getting $49.99 worth as opposed to $24.99 worth? What would it take for you to feel like you're getting $50 worth? Other than just a bunch of, like hands take up most of the real estate in the package here. Hands. Hands are whatever in Marvel Legends. They already got hands. They got hands for days. I'm doing okay, Mahoy Manoy. I'm just venting about Maximum Series Spider-Man. You know me. Soulkeeper can't help himself. Yeah, you've heard. Oh, I bet you've heard me say some things today, haven't you? Yeah, I bet you have. Nothing too bad, I hope. Nah, a little light swearing here and there. Whatever. We have fun here. Oh, God. Am I gonna buy this one, guys? I don't know if I can justify it. Yeah. Nah, not really. I can't really justify it, guys. Georgie was here. Mahoy Manoy, Georgie was here telling us about like what he would think if he saw this. He thought at face value this was worth $22. And that kind of puts things into perspective for me a little bit, because, you know, if you're not already an avid collector of Marvel Legends, you would walk into the store and see the price tag of these, you just turn right back around and walk out if you're seeing a $25 price tag on some of this. Like this, the average Joe is worth about 20 some odd bucks. So that already indicates to me that they're overvaluing this by quite a bit. I think Hasbro needs to find new, if they want to keep the Marvel license, they need to find new ways to bring in new customers. They need to find better ways to bring in people. They need to make merchandise that people are going to want to buy, for one, and it appeals to a broad audience, and also appeals to a younger audience. This isn't like ticking any of those boxes. It's not accomplishing hardly anything, except satisfying the meat-riding blowhards that populate comment sections when you say anything remotely negative about a Marvel Legends action figure. The Wolverine figure looks a lot better. The one I showed off the other day? Oh yeah, that's a $25 action figure. Sculpting for days on it. Exquisite likeness of Hugh Jackman. Didn't come with a lot of accessories, didn't need to, because it was so well crafted. If I saw it for $50, I'd be like, what the is it a special edition, or will it grow in value? I think that's what a lot of these people are buying this one for. I think they're buying it because it's an investment. They think toys are an investment because it's going to magically get like 6 times, 10 times the value somewhere down the line if they just been sitting somewhere in a corner and let it gather dust for like, I don't know, a couple of years or so. Once it's out of production, you can't get it anymore, they'll finally put it up and they think someone's going to buy it. Georgie, thanks for that $10
$50 is a ripoff.
Hold on a second. Georgie, thanks for that $10 super chat. Guys, I need a key visor. Hold on a second. It's been a while since I've had a key visor on this channel. Bear with me, guys. And enjoy the pure suck that is Maximum Series Spider-Man. It's trash!
And now, folks, it's time for Who Do You Trust? Hubba, 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 money, money, money. Who do you trust?
$50 is a ripoff.
All right. Oh, thank you, Georgie, for that $10 super chat. Do I remember the Martha? Oh yeah, I forgot about the Martha. Yeah, I should bring that back, Dean. That was really funny. Guys, remember Batman v Superman when Batman said, "Why'd you say that name? Martha! Why'd you say that name?" Yeah, that was funny. I should bring back that alert. I forgot about that one. Thanks for reminding me, man. Georgie, it's that $10 super chat. Crack open your key visors, guys. Let's have a drink. Let's drink to this piece of shit. Let's drink to this $50 ass action figure. Cheers, Georgie. If you're drinking anything over there across the internet, let us know, guys. Raise those pinkies up. Pew! But let's have it. Woo! That's cold. Boo. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to tell everyone, but apparently, YouTube has GIFs now, just like TikTok does. So I don't know how those work or anything, but I accepted the module in my Earn tab, and I enabled it. So if anyone wants to play around with it or anything, I don't know, go nuts, guys. I know a lot of people might not be aware of it, but it's only available on like vertical streams, apparently. I just want to let everyone know. Ugh. Has anyone dicked around with them on YouTube or not? Go ahead and let me know if you have. I did, Dean. I did. It was just... God, I missed that alert. Here's Georgie. Woo! Oh, that was cold, Georgie. Oh, that was a cold beverage. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Georgie. Ah, I needed that. A little bit of refreshment, oh god. Your friend got a Miles Morales action figure for $200 pre-order. What the hell action figure did they buy? Was it an import or something? ZL17 says 2-pack Punisher. Oh, Hot Toys. Oh, there it is. That's why. About to say, what the hell toys you... Oh, Hot Toys. Alright. Yeah, Hot Toys is really expensive. Dude, I saw a social media post the other day of some guy bitching about Hot Toys. Alright, Hot Toys are like these hyper-realistic action figures, Georgie. That are hyper-detailed. They have, like, cloth clothing, lots of accessories. They're all new sculpts all the time, everything like that. That's just the main selling point of them. They all have cloth clothing, and they all have exquisite sculpting and detail and everything, but they're also really fragile. They're big and high quality is the general perception of them, yeah. It's worth the cost? Can be. It can be. I don't know if the guy that was bitching about them is indicative of their quality, but people seem to regard them really well. And they generally cost anywhere from $200 to $300, maybe even more than that. But I will also say that the more moving parts you have, the more fragile it tends to be. So, and it just depends on the plastic you're using and the joints you use too. There's a lot of variables that go into making action figures. And for what it's worth, Hasbro is pretty good at engineering an action figure, usually. I haven't had too many Hasbro action figures that have just outright busted on me, so I'll give that to Hasbro, right? They look sick on the shelf. Yes, they do. You're looking it up and the details are nice. Yeah, they're really well-made action figures. They're very, very... Well, they're very good. What more can I really say about it? Oh. Hot Toys. You know, I remember a couple of years ago, I was complaining about, I was complaining about Marvel Legends on some capacity or another. Yeah, like dolls. Well, I know what you mean. everything here. We're at the end of the day, we're dealing with dolls. I know we call them action figures, but we're dealing with dolls across the board. We're all talking about dolls here. We know we are. We're just trying to church it up a little bit. Hasbro's bicep pegs are so gummy that you feel like they're gonna tear. Sometimes I feel like that's the case. But I do notice that I don't deal with very many stuck joints from Hasbro. So they deserve some points for their engineering. I think. Other people might have different opinions, but like I played with 3 separate Hasbro action figures recently. I've reviewed 3 separate ones, and they've all been of pretty decent quality. Like Venom, Deadpool, and Wolverine. I didn't have any problems with stuck joints or anything like that. Everything worked pretty good. They seemed like they were pretty well made. And they were all $25 a piece. That Venom action figure was $25, by the way. Venom from Venom Let There Be Carnage, $25. Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine, $25. Deadpool from Deadpool Wolverine, $25. Maximum Series Spider-Man, $50. Ugh. Oh man. Guys, I'm going crazy. Keeper's losing his mind. I gotta shoot some zombies to blow off some steam now. What makes an action figure popular in this era right now? Well, what makes an action figure popular is, well, how do we put this? Pop culture. Well, the first thing would be the pop culture relevance. How popular is the character, for one? 2, how relevant is it to the people who are invested in it? Because the audience, the age of the audience will give you an idea of who's going to be into it. Like, for instance, 1989 Batman was a very hot action figure for a while from McFarlane Toys, right? And who's the audience for a Michael Keaton Batman? Probably not Zoomers. No, probably more like Gen X and Millennials and stuff like that are going to be into that one. Maybe even Boomers too. So yeah. Because of that, because those are generally the people who collect action figures, yeah, Michael Keaton's Batman was very hot for a while. Hello, Patrick, how's it going? Superior Spider-Man shoulders and hips are stupid tight. Maximum profit. Better not have that issue. Sometimes sometimes joints just get stuck. And it's not necessarily a Hasbro thing. It was a Toy Biz thing too. And hell, it's McFarlane things too. It just happens with action figures at this price point because sometimes the paint gets in there, things get all mucked up, and you have to use a hair dryer or you have to use hot water to loosen them up. That's pretty normal practice for action figures, so just be aware that at this price point you might have to do that. It's fine. Just the fact that I haven't had to do that recently, I'm just saying I've been pretty happy with that. It's been nice. But I wouldn't be shocked if I did. Oh, thank you, Rocco. I appreciate that very much. Let's see here. I was gonna say, thumbs up! Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Miho Manoy, thanks for that thumbs up. Thumbs up? Here, let me do you one even better.
Hey, 2 thumbs way up.
That was good. Hey, Dick, how's it going? Thank you for those thumbs up, Miho Manoy. Little Haggis, if he could raise his thumbs up, he'd raise them up. Here, blast off. That's what I think of Maxim Series Spider-Man's quality. Here's what I think of the price tag. Oh man, should I post that as a short? Oh man. How many action figures do I have in my collection? I don't know actually, Georgie. I've got a pretty big collection of action figures. At work at the station today. How am I today? Pretty okay, man. Well, I just came on here to vent about Maximum Series Spider-Man because he cost $50, oh Dick. Price tag's finally been revealed. He's finally up for pre-order. He's sold out of various outlets. And he's 50 smackaroos. 50 smackaroos. But how many action figures do I have in my collection, Georgie? That's kind of hard to answer because I've got a lot of different action figures, right? I'll just say that I have a large collection of Hasbro Marvel Legends, Toy Biz Marvel Legends. I've got a large collection of DC Multiverse by McFarlane Toys. I've got a pretty good collection of Hasbro's WWF action figures, Jakks Pacific's WWF. I've got a few miscellaneous Star Wars action figures and G.I. Joes. I have a lot of other, like, Kenner and Toy Biz action figures and stuff from the 90s. I've got a lot of different, like, superhero toys, right? That's probably my biggest part. That's probably the biggest collection of my, or biggest part of my collection. All my superhero action figures. What's the rarest one that I have? Oh, off the top of my head, maybe Andre the Giant or Dusty Rhodes from WWF Hasbro. Those might be the ones. I have those. We're talking like the superhero stuff. Let me think. God. Oh, probably the Penguin from Batman the Animated Series back in the 90s. I have that one. That action figure's worth a lot of money for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. Aside from that, I don't know. Is there a particularly rare Toy Biz action figure out there? I don't know. Is there one that's like worth a lot of money? Probably Deadpool. I've got a boxed Toy Biz Deadpool. I think that one's probably worth the most money, to be honest. I have a sealed in box Deadpool from Toy Biz, and that one's probably worth a little small fortune. Maybe. Toy Biz Mint Dragon Man is a lot. I don't have that one. I wish I did. It's a pretty cool action figure, too. Heartbreaking that I don't have it. Ah, well. C'est la vie, right, Chewie? Toy Biz Mint Dragon Man. God, I forgot about that one. No, I've got a number of boxed action figures, and those are probably worth the most money. I've got Elektra in box from Toy Biz. All these ones are like Toy Biz Marvel Legends. I've got Elektra. I've got a Bullseye variant. I've got Deadpool. I've got Phoenix in her red costume. The Series 6 stuff was actually really hard to come by, as I recall. They didn't, for some reason, Series 6 was just so hard to find that it kind of just came and went. A lot of times the Toy Biz's Marvel Legends, they were so hard to get your hands on that if you saw them at the store, you kind of just had to get them right then and there, or else you weren't going to get them. All clamshell. Yes, Steen. All of Toy Biz's toys are clamshell. I also have some face-off 2-packs that are in the package still. I have a handful of them. I don't have like a lot of them, but I have a handful. I remember I saw the face-off 2-packs for sale at Walmart one day, and this is another example of all those toys. You know, if you didn't get them right then and there, you weren't gonna get them. So, wound up spending probably $200 on toys that day. But I never saw them any other place ever again. So, it's a good thing I got them right then, because if I didn't, I was never gonna get them. Think about that, guys. Like, I wound up spending $200 on Toy Biz's Face-Off 2-packs. And $200 for Toy Biz's toys at the time, keep in mind, these 2-packs were like $14.99. $14.99 for a Face-Off 2-pack. That meant I got quite a few action figures that day. I had... Let's see. Oh, Dean, you saw the Spider-Man 3 Baff Sandman at a booth? Oh, God. How much was it? Out of curiosity, Dean. I'm glad you didn't spend your money on garbage. I remember for a while on the stream we were talking about that Build-A-Figure, and it became a whole May for a little while. It was pretty good stuff. Now, we had some fun streams here a little while ago, I think. We had some fun streams together. I remember we used to do, like, ranking streams. I stopped doing those because I think they kind of got old after a while. We also had some just chatting stuff that we did. A lot of times we would just talk about products and stuff, right? Yeah, kind of like what we're doing now. Sometimes we also... Well... God. Yeah, I think those were like the bulk of the streams that I did. Now we've had a little bit more variety in what we've been doing. I've been making kind of a variety of content recently. I don't know, it's nice. Let's see. Oh, it was $75 in bad condition. You know, not worth it. Dewey Mew has Toy Biz Mint Spider-Man McFarlane Spidey. Nice. Snapshot. Sinister 6 box set. I have the Sinister 6 box set. It's okay. I don't know if I'm going to write home about it, but it's okay. Worst part of it was probably Black Cat. She was really bad. All are stupid expensive nowadays. Oh, yeah. Good luck getting any of those box sets that Toy Biz whipped up from back then. There's a few that I wish I had. I wish I had the Monsters one and the Young Avengers one. Hell, I wish I had, like, the urban one that had Elektra, Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider-Man. Trying to think if there's any others that I'm not thinking of right now, but I'm sure there's some more box sets that I'm not thinking of. Oh, the Fantastic Four one. I really wish I had that one. Oh, God. Especially the one that had, like, that had the variant Invisible Woman. Hell, I'm getting more excited now about collecting Toy Biz action figures than I am about Maximum Series Spider-Man. Ah, balls. Only missing McFarlane now, huh? Wait, is that like Parachute Spidey or something? I think I have that action figure. Flying around someplace. It's not bad. Pretty good. Well, a lot of Toy Biz's stuff. I think a lot of Toy Biz's stuff gets dragged through the mud these days by these Hasbro meat riders. I don't know. A lot of people don't want to give respect to these old toys. They just like painting them with a broad brush and calling them garbage and stuff. Kind of sad because there's still some Toy Biz toys that really hold up well. I just reviewed Beta Ray Bill the other day, guys. Classic Beta Ray Bill by Toy Biz. That action figure's still really good. I don't know if anyone has it, but it's really, really nice. Yeah, I know, Chewy. That's the one that I have. I know what you're talking about. It's a good action figure. It's held up pretty well. Looks very modern, surprisingly. Even though it's got like the ball jointed hips, it's got the butterfly joints on the shoulders. It's really, really a nice action figure. Even more surprising that it was released in the Spider-Man Classics line. And Spider-Man Classics was kind of hit and miss for quality. Like some of them were pretty eh. Others were really good. But one thing you could always count on with the Spider-Man Classics line is that sometimes they would surprise you. You know, you'd always get like these unique sculpts. You'd always get these fun action features. Really good line. Quality of it tanked as soon as Hasbro got the license, though. So sad. I remember they were releasing like a bunch of. When Hasbro first got the license for Marvel, they re-released a bunch of Toy Biz's stuff in their own Spider-Man Classics line, but somehow they made everything worse. all the action figures were like worse versions of the Toy Biz ones in the Spider-Man Classics line, man. Ugh. And then eventually I think they just closed up the line entirely. Oh well. I miss all those like classics line, you know, like X-Men classics and Fantastic Four classics and Spider-Man classics. I don't know, those lines were just so much fun. And plus you got action figures in them that had action features, and they were also like, it was like they were making extra Marvel Legends that you weren't getting in the regular Marvel Legends line, right? They had a lot of different stuff going on. A lot of exciting action figures, brother. That's pretty much it, Chewy Mew. Their first attempt at making Marvel Legends was just shitty versions of Toy Biz molds. And they wound up... Not everything was bad. In their first line of Marvel Legends, Hercules was pretty decent. X-Men 3 Beast was okay. But then Banshee sucked. White Queen sucked. Ultimate Iron Man sucked. Pretty much the only good action figures from that wave were Hercules and Beast. It was, yeah. It was whatever, I guess. I can't remember who else was in that wave. There was one other action figure, but God, I can't remember who it was. I'll probably think of it later. I have them all still. I got the first wave of Hasbro Marvel Legends, and I almost got the entire second wave, but like halfway through getting the second wave of Hasbro's Marvel Legends, the action figures were so bad that I just kind of threw up my hands and said, nah, I'm good. I don't need any more of these. Like, I had She-Hulk and Quicksilver and Yellow Jacket, and Yellow Jacket and Quicksilver were just so bad that I couldn't do it anymore. The quality really took a nosedive, and the quality went back up around... Red Hulk, Bath, Black Spidey was fairly decent. I have, like, one action figure from that wave. I have Adam Warlock. It was... I don't know. I believe you that Black Spidey was pretty good. I have the Adam Warlock from that wave. He's okay. In some ways, I like him a little bit better than the one they just whipped up for the mini-comic wave. But... yeah, he's okay. The sculpt looks decent. The articulation on him was a little... They were still figuring things out then. Because they started doing like these swivel joints on the knees and the elbows that were like single hinged, right? So you couldn't get that maximum bend on the knees or the elbows. And I think they were kind of trying to face out the thigh swivel or the ball joint swivel too. And so the only swivel that you had was on the knees, and it was all weird. Alright guys, how many votes we have on Spidey here? We got 36 votes, and 3/4 of people say that Maximum Series Spider-Man is not worth 50 smackaroos. 75%. 3/4 of people say nope. Yeah, that's a dubious statistic. Obviously, it's not the largest sampling of people, but I mean, it's a little bit concerning for a very new product from Hasbro that's supposed to be hot and exciting. Alright, Soulmates. I think I have said my piece today about Maximum Series Spider-Man. think I've laid out all my thoughts about this one, and but hopefully you have too. I hope you guys have had fun talking about it with me. I appreciate everyone coming here and hang out today, being here with me, and I hope to see you again very soon, my friends. Chewie says, probably a hot take, but I think Hasbro's best ever Spidey was the superposable from Spectacular Spider-Man. Even had toe and butterflies. You know, it's funny because sometimes Hasbro would just like throw toe articulation on stuff, and it would surprise you. Like on Beast, toe articulation. But then they release Spider-Man and make a big deal out of having the toe articulation. I don't know, Chewie, you're probably right. Maybe it is the best one. I'll be on TikTok in a few minutes, guys, doing my thing there, and I hope to see you over there in just a few as soon as I get my coffee and my stuff all sorted out here. Thanks for hanging out with me on YouTube, everyone. I'll be back with you again soon. Have a good day in the meantime. I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks, everybody.